Hello people and welcome back to my channel. This week's video took me a little while to put together because I felt a little bit behind schedule. I did important things. I applied for festivals and I also composed new music. I want to talk about that later. But it didn't feel like I did much. But yeah, you can judge yourself. I'll tell you more about it now and have a good time. So let's go back in time. 1.5 weeks ago, I realized if I want to apply for festivals this year, I have to get my shit together and do it. Because I'm already a little bit late. Some festivals are closed for applications and others had their deadline on the 31st of January. And I was able to hit the deadline right on the spot, which I'm really happy about because I applied for 9 festivals in total. I don't have any experience in electronic music festivals so far. I'm a little bit nervous about that because, it always feels a little bit strange to put your music out there to some people that judge the music if it fits or doesn't fit. And I'm actually a little bit scared that my music won't fit and just sounds crappy maybe. But you never know. If there's one person who likes it, maybe I can get a spot at a festival and have some really cool new live experience this year. Also, it was very interesting to go through the whole application process and write new texts about myself. I even made a new photo and had to update my stage writer, tech writer, and so on. Yeah, if you want to have more infos on that, maybe write a comment. But for now, let's say it was a good thing to go through all that stuff. If I don't get booked at a festival this year, maybe next year. So I can use this year to train and also develop my music this year. But you never know. Maybe I play festivals this year. We'll see and I keep you updated. That whole application process actually took a lot longer than I anticipated because, as I said, I had to update all my stuff and also to find the right festivals to apply for and so on. It took a lot of my time. So if you're a musician or a creative person, you may know this. You're working all day and it feels like you do a lot of stuff, which is useful, but it doesn't really feel like you do the thing you really want to do. And that was the case for me in the past week. I felt like I want to work on my music. I want to work on new sounds and stuff, but I just didn't have the time. Until this one moment. I think in my first video I told you that I'm working as a music teacher, as a guitar teacher. And this one day, one of my classes was cancelled and I had 1 hour extra time. I couldn't use the whole hour for my music, but I spent 20 minutes working on my music. And that was enough to get a new track started. And sometimes that's all it takes. You just have to use the time you have at your hands, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and just get creative, get something going. You never know what may come of it. In this video, I want to show you a little making of the track I produced. And I'm also uploading a separate video where I perform my techno guitar. That's my result for this week. Yeah, you'll find out what I mean by that in the following seconds. Okay, let me give you a quick rundown of the track I produced. Of course, after those 20 minutes, this was just the initial idea. And after that, I refined it in several steps, but that's the result. And it wouldn't have been possible if I didn't put in those 20 minutes of my time. I hope that point gets across. So let's see. I think the most interesting sound of the production is this here. Which sounds really cool if it's sidechained. And there's another pattern here. Let me play that for you. Yeah, I really like that vibe. And now I'll add a bass drum. And that's the vibe. If there's a vibe, the track works. So let's see what's next. There's this crazy synth part here that repeats over and over. I'll play it for you. And it has this really nice delay that's shifting and shifting in pitch together with the first part. And also the hi-hats have a high energy level there. And there's even one layer more. Yeah. And for later, if I want to go all in, I have this snare double of the pattern. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. All in with all the elements. Yeah, I really love that loop, love that song idea. And also I had a special sound for my guitar in mind, which I'm going to show you now. So first of all, this pedal here, Empress Audio Zoia, is absolutely amazing for that stuff. Because here I have several modules I can combine to make very interesting and complex sounds. And the guitar sound I came up with sounds something like this. You can hear two delays here. So there's an interesting delay rhythm there. There's also a phaser, which is making the sound, yeah, more washed out maybe and evolving. Yeah. And the delay is also shifting, like the other sound on the Deluge I showed you before. The delay is shifting in time and also in pitch, which makes it really interesting. That kind of sound. On the device, I programmed a button to turn up the feedback for the delay, which means if I push this button, the delay will become kind of infinite. I'll show you. So before, after. One other element I forgot to mention is a pitch shift in that sound. There's also an added fifth above the root note, so 7 half steps above the root note, which kind of influences the complexity of the sound. It sounds more synth-like. You can hear there are 2 notes, even though I only play 1 note. Hey, my inner voice here. I can't play and talk at the same time, so I thought maybe why not split myself up. We're at the end of this video and I hope you can take something with you. Sometimes it feels like there are a lot of things you have to do, but the things you want to do, there is no time left for it. So I hope today you learned that you're not alone with that. But also there's a recipe against that. Just use whatever time you have. That worked out really well for me this week. Let's see what happens next week. I'll keep you updated. And now, if you haven't already, look at my performance video where I show you the complete track idea. As I wrote in the video before, it's not finished yet, but it can give you a good impression of the direction I want to go in. For now, I'm out. If you like this video, subscribe. If you have any questions or suggestions, write them in the comments. And I'll work on my English pronunciation skills and on my music, of course. See you soon.